Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Now this one's pretty out of the ordinary. It's something I've just been researching very recently. It's basically how to make a bootleg wine in a very simple way with just a few ingredients. I gotta be really careful how I set stuff down because I've filmed this intro like 4 times now, and my phone just went flying from the way that I've been setting this apple juice down, so it's obviously not very happy with the way that I'm doing things. I've basically looked through numerous articles. I've been on Reddit, Quora, Delish, Winemaking, the Home Brewing Company. I've seen at least 3 very simple methods on YouTube, one of which I'll link down in the description because I found it the most helpful because it had the exact amount of the exact kind of juice that I'm using. So I'm basically going off of those measurements, but I'm not trying to copy anybody's recipe piece by piece. I'm just trying to see what works the best amongst all of them. So for example, the packet of yeast is a pretty big discrepancy amongst all the wine recipes that I've seen because the juice will be the same. No matter what, you don't want any preservatives. So I'm probably gonna butcher these, but sodium benzate, and potassium sorbate, if those are in your juice and your juice isn't 100% juice or frozen juice from concentrate, it will not activate the yeast in the way that you want it to. So it basically won't ferment. So you're gonna really want to pay attention to the kind of juice that you get. I would say the kind of juice that you get, the temperature and the seal have the most room for error. So like if anything goes wrong, it's probably one of those 3 things. I've seen a lot of people talk about sanitizing all of your bottles and what you're gonna put stuff in, and I wholeheartedly agree. But since we bought this juice, you know, the plastic is the cleanest thing that you can get. It's the purest thing that you can get. So we're gonna be making everything right in the plastic bottle that it came in. So I heard there's a little bit of room for error. Even the way that I will do it, you don't gotta follow it exactly. Like every number that you see will be a ballpark. So that video that I saw that I'll link in the description, the guy only used 1/8 of a teaspoon of yeast. And in another recipe that I saw, somebody recommended 1 cup of sugar or 1.5 cups of sugar for 1 packet of yeast, and that's for a 1/2 gallon. Now, in my opinion, I think that's a little bit too strong. And then also, the more yeast and sugar you add, the longer it will take. If you're looking for quick-ish results, then you're kind of gonna want to dial it back on the yeast and a little bit of the sugar. And if it has 20 grams of sugar or more, you don't even need to worry about adding extra unless you want to. But I've seen that 20 grams per serving is the most optimal, and that will just basically eat the yeast anyway. But we will be adding sugar. So what we're gonna do first is empty out a cup. I got this little foam cup here that's about 8.5 ounces, and it's the most sterile thing that I can think of. I'm trying to make sure everything is sterile because they say even a slight amount of bacteria could mess it up, but I don't know how. I think that only affects the taste unless it's like full on moldy. But like, it's a method that's pretty old, you know, like people have just broken off a hunk of bread and just shoved it in fruit juice and that worked. And you know, I'm pretty sure there's bacteria on people's hands, so I'm not sure if like a slight amount of contamination will be the end of the world, kind of. So we're just gonna empty out about a cup here. We're gonna empty out about a cup of juice, and then we're gonna shake in about 1.5 cups of sugar until it dissolves. So I got my cup here. This is pretty much about a 1/2 cup. So 2 of these is what you're gonna want to take out of the juice bottle. Now, I've seen videos of people putting the juice back in, but I will not do that because I think it complicates things. It's not, you can kind of do this your own way. You just got to get the basics down. Yeah, we left room. We left a little room for our yeast to activate. We got about a cup out. I might do maybe just that much more for some reason. That's just what I feel like doing. And I've seen people put the sugar in using a funnel. So that's honestly what I'm gonna do, because we bought the funnels right here. You see, they've just been bought. They haven't even been opened or anything yet. I'm putting in the top one. Actually, this one will work better for what I probably have to open them actually. There. This one will probably work better for what we're doing. It's a little bit smaller. Yeah, see, look, fits like a glove. It doesn't get any better than that. And our yeast packet isn't open yet. I'm waiting till just before we're about to add it to open it. And for the fermentation process, it says you're gonna want to keep it at about 70 to 80 degrees. This room is probably colder than that. And I've been trying to film this for a while, so I'm not sure if this is quite room temp, but it will get to room temp pretty quickly. But they put a lot of emphasis on room temp. We're about ready to add our sugar. I'm gonna go just slightly over a cup of sugar, and then 3/4 of a packet of yeast. I've seen so many different measurements for yeast, it's not even funny. Some people say a packet per gallon, some people say a packet per half gallon. I think either way you do it, it'll be fine. A lot of videos I've seen people pour the sugar in slowly with the funnel, so that's what I'm gonna do, because it seems like the most optimal way. So this is roughly about a half cup of sugar. And then it's important to do stuff slow. They always put emphasis on doing stuff slow. And so we're gonna try to go as slow as we can here. I'm gonna try to make use of the handle, because I'm not, just a nice little slow. They say you I don't think a light stir on the yeast is horrible, but they say you don't want to mix up the yeast that much. You just kind of want to let it do its own thing. And then you're going to want to shake up the sugar and the juice as well. I'm just kind of giving a little tap, make sure all of our sugar gets in there. I'm trying to go as slow as I can. I'm just not a very slow person. No, they said you don't want any sugar on the bottom, so you're gonna want to shake it up until it dissolves. I'm being very mindful not to contaminate it with any bacteria. I've seen a lot of people suggest a balloon, but they say some of the acids from the fermentation can get caught in the balloon and then drip back into the wine. And so I've seen people say just tighten the cap and then loosely turn it. And then you're also going to want to burp it. I've seen once a day, but it's basically when the pressure builds, which is another reason why I like the plastic bottle, because you can feel the air build up a lot better. That is not good. Okay. I found the lid. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to find the lid, and then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. So you're gonna want to shake up the sugar until it's not on the bottom anymore. And then a lot of people say the air will move around in the jug too, which is really good for the fermentation. We're gonna try it down here, because that part's just not working. So you keep shaking Next time I'm using webcam because the camera is more stable. This camera is better, but a good camera isn't shit if it's not stable. Then it just becomes a shitty camera. I'm waiting for our sugar to break down and dissolve. You can already see stuff working its magic right now. You can see the foam. And then I heard right about now is when you want to add your yeast. I'm honestly not sure if you want to wait for the bubbling to die down or if you can just add it right away. They said you don't want to mix it up. I'm not seeing any sugar on the bottom anymore, and I'm seeing a fair amount of what they call carbonation. So that's starting to look I heard this can really go either way, but they even talked about sterilizing the scissors and stuff. I'm just gonna try to chance it. If it messes up, then we know not to do it next time. But I'm gonna go ahead and start adding our packet. So from my understanding, we use almost a full packet, not quite. I just kind of hope I didn't pour it in too fast. I might have. But I tighten the cap as tight as I can. You can see it start to break down in there already. And then I am gonna leave the cap just a hair. I hope that's good enough. I just did a slight twist back. So it's still fairly tight. It's not going anywhere, but just enough for air to escape. You can already start to see the bubbles work in there. So you want to be careful to not stir up the sediment, they said. And you're gonna want to try to take the cap off fully once a day or more if you feel the air build up. The shortest amount of time they said it would work is 3 days. I'm gonna try a week. So because I'm not in that much of a hurry, and I kind of want to see if it will turn out better after a week. So yeah, have a great night, and yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.